If two angles in a triangle are congruent to two angles in another triangle, the third angles will also be congruent. That's what it calls similar triangles. That's what similar triangles do. They will have angles that are congruent. If I add up all the angles in a triangle, any kind of triangle, no matter what size, they will add up to 180 degrees. Please remember that. And similar means they will have a same shape but a different size. Let's look at this example. The question says, are the two triangles similar? Well, let's see. If they were to be similar, I know I have to have two angles, right, that are congruent, identical. I can see that I have two 85 angles. And then I have one triangle has a 55 and the other one has 40. Well, right now there's no two angles that are alike, but what if that third angle over here, right, in that smaller triangle measures 40 degrees, just like the 40-degree angle in a larger triangle? Let's find that. If I add up all the angles, including the unknown angle in that smaller triangle, I know I should get 180 degrees. I will combine that 55 with the 85 and I will get 140 plus the unknown angle, and that should give me 180 degrees. How do we solve for the unknown? Well, we need to move that 140 away, right? That 140 wants to become a 0. So we'll subtract it from both sides of the equal sign. And if I was to subtract it, right, it's gone from the left side, and then I'm going to have just that unknown angle, and 180 minus 140 indeed does equal 40 degrees. Now, if you look, I do have actually at this point, 3 angles, right, most likely, that are congruent to the angles in the larger triangle. So I know that I have 80, right, 85 and 85. I know I have 40 and 40. And most likely, right, the other two angles also will be the same. They should be both 55. Let's just double check. If I was to add the 40 plus the 85 and that 55, I should get 180 degrees, right? Well, if I add that up, yes, I get 180 degrees. That means, yes, indeed, those two triangles are similar. But they are not congruent, different sizes. Now, are the given triangles that we see in here similar? Let's see, we're going to follow the same process. I can see I have two 90-degree angles, right? So far, so good. Now, I have one angle in here, which is 45, and this angle in here is 40. Well, I want to figure out that if in that smaller triangle, if that one unknown angle is 40 degrees, I know that I will have two angles that are similar, right, that are congruent. And if I have two angles that are congruent, those two triangles indeed will be similar. But let's find that. We're going to find that missing angle measure. So let's add all the angles and make it equal to 180 degrees, right, including the unknown. 90 plus 45 is 135, plus the unknown angle should give me 180 degrees. Now, to find the unknown angle, I have to take 135 away from the left-hand side, as well as from the right-hand side of the equal sign. And if I subtract that, 135 minus 135 is 0, so I'm left only with the unknown angle, and 180 minus 135 equals 45 degrees. So my unknown angle in here is 45 degrees. Well, do we see 45 degrees in the other triangle? We do not. And since we do not, I know I do not have two angles that are congruent. Hence, these two triangles are not similar, right? They are absolutely not similar. That larger triangle has a 40 degree, and I do not see 40 degrees in that smaller triangle. So no, absolutely not similar. Sounds good, kiddos? There is the answer, and we are done with similar triangles. Please keep in mind, similar means same shape but different size.